Open your eyes.
Welcome to Chat of the Wild. I'm Jeremy.
I'm
Joining
Brian.
me is
And Tyler. Brian. I'm here.
In this episode, just a heads up again, we are talking story stuff. I'll open up every episode with that at the very least.
Hey guys, I mean, if you...
We just don't want to
You
spoil
know,
it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play
care.
this game.
Yeah, play the game.
Seriously, play this game.
No, yeah, you need to.
So, we arrived at Kakariko Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys get there?
I mean, I just sort of wandered in. Apparently, I came in the different direction because I was just climbing everywhere else. And I didn't really... We talked about the Twin Peaks beforehand. I didn't see the Twin Peaks until after I left Kakariko.
Oh, really?
Because I went a different way, apparently, and then going out of there, I came across the Twin Peaks.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through the Dueling Peaks and
Dueling Peaks,
flew
Twin
off
Peaks.
of there to Kakariko.
Yeah,
so
none of us took the path?
No, I didn't take the path, so
No,
I ended up on
No.
like the side.
Yeah, I
ended
flew
up
over
near
everything.
Wadding.
So, on my way there, I take off from one of the Dueling Peaks. I found there's some Koroks up there, and and found a camp, and I'm marking all the cooking pots on the map that I come across. So I was up there cooking and stuff, and they're like, okay, all right, time to fly. Like I was mountain hopping all the way to Kakariko Village.
So good.
At some point, I look down, and on the mountain is a guardian. On the Dueling Peaks mountain.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah. And it's just like, no, not going that way. I was planning on going through that, through there. I was going to climb up to the next peak and then jump off of there. And I saw him, and I had to,
It's so
I
scary.
didn't
You
see
hear
it.
that
around.
Yeah.
I didn't hear him.
I
I
started
did not get that
panicking.
close.
I'm like, where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, I did not get that close. I could just barely see him.
I didn't see that guardian, so you must
There
have
were
went
two of
slightly a different direction than I did from there. So, because I didn't run into hardly
Scared the
anything.
hell out of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I flew in from on high.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so in past games, you can always look at Zelda games and see, okay, there's a Japanese influence in the way this game was developed.
Oh, Kakariko.
In the way that you can look at all these things and then you can break it down. Oh, well, they have these masks because in Japanese culture they wear these masks which symbolize all this, and you're like, oh, it's a real tangential kind of thing. This is a Japanese village.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it is.
And
I don't
think we've ever seen anything in Zelda this Japanese.
No.
Not that I can think of.
And I love it.
Yeah,
Like, this rendition of Kakariko is amazing.
I really like it.
So one thing I have noticed in this game, and it's a con for the game being as big as it is. I don't see myself getting attached to these towns and the people that you meet in these towns nearly as much as you would in Ocarina and Majora's Mask.
They're not
Especially
big.
Majora's Mask, but
They're not big relative to the size of the map. They're very
okay.
small.
Yes.
settlements.
I was gonna say they're bigger than towns in previous games.
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't. They don't stand out as much, and yeah, it's because of the size of them. Because you're going to remember your journeys, and you're going to remember all these things. Like I'm having trouble remembering names, not because they're hard names to remember, but because there's so many people.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the area. For me, at least, like some of the areas I've kind of grown a little more attached to.
Well, I mean, who do you remember in Kakariko besides
Impa, besides Impa.
Yeah.
And
I
what
is his name?
Her prudish
Picongo.
Okay, I don't even know who that is.
Was that the?
He's the little artist dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, you'll see him throughout. So that's
He's
like
he
you'll-
moves
around.
Really cool guy.
Yeah.
There's a little girl that you can play tag with and stuff. Or is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she played
Yeah.
hide and seek. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
her name-
playing with her.
and,
It's Kotala or something. Kotala.
Yeah. And then has a sibling that you do cooking.
Yeah, you do the cooking for her, and you
Yeah.
have to go around and get in the
Taught me how to make
like
soup.
pumpkin, and you have to get that pumpkin and the carrots. And
I had everything that she wanted already on me. She
Nice.
was like,
I
"Oh
did
no,
too.
I'm out of this." I was like, "Oh sweet, here you go.
Yeah, here you go.
This is real easy."
Yeah.
I was getting XP for all these missions. It would make it even better. But I am learning how to make soup.
I can tell you the first thing I did when I got there was buy gear.
Yeah, there's if you're following the story, this should be the first real town you come across.
Yeah.
And
it's the first clothing I found.
Yeah, and they've got a little shop there where you have 2 different options for clothing.
Soldiers.
Which
Wait, is it?
Bought all that
stealth and
and
Highland gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bought all the Highland gear first because I was like, okay, this has more defense. This is what I need right now.
It was cheaper,
exactly
wasn't it?
It was cheaper.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will come back for you because that's
exactly
gear
what
looks
I did.
so cool.
Yes, it is.
I wear it all the time.
That's what. Yeah, I'm just straight ninja. That's how I'm playing.
Yep.
Really, any chance I can switch over to the ninja gear.
As soon as whenever I break my my naked streak.
You already have.
Well, they made me put on clothes, but when I decide to start wearing clothes, it's going to be that Sheikah stuff all the way.
I've been wearing that new helmet, so.
Oh, we'll get to that. But for right now, so we get to the town, and we're kind of pointed in a direction of who to go talk to.
Anybody do the shrine before you?
Yeah, of course, because my shrine locator was going crazy.
That was I think that was the first one I found with the shrine locator.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just always do it because I'm like, just shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I hear it, I go do it real quick.
Do we remember what that shrine was?
I don't know.
No.
I don't?
Yeah, don't
I go there all the time, though.
Yeah, I go to teleport there, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we go there, do the shrine, knock that out, so we have our little warp point.
We snuck it around the corner.
Not yet. So we go into there, and we need to talk to the leader of there, or the mayor, or what do they call it? What do they call her? The
chief.
Clan, the chief.
Sheikah.
The big hoo-ha.
Sure. And they tell us to go find Impa.
Senpai.
The senpai, yes. So we go into there. We get stopped by Impa's granddaughter, or
the
underling, the prude,
yeah,
that doesn't want to talk to boys. Oh no, it's a boy.
Yeah. And she had a real problem with me
because Mr. Naked Link
sitting in my skivvies, and I talked to her like 30 times. I was like, yes, fear me, fear my manliness.
So we finally go in there. We see Impa. We see this incarnation of Impa.
She owed.
It's
very old.
Different than the other ones.
I mean, I would argue she's similar to the
original Impa.
Spoiler, Skyward Sword Impa. Yeah, she's similar to that one, but very small.
Impa is technically the one that gives you the sword in the original Zelda. Yeah,
those old men.
They in the booklet it says that Impa is the one who gives you the sword, or maybe in the manual. Maybe in the manual, Impa is the one that just sends you on your quest.
I mean, look at Impa in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. I mean, there's all different
kinds of bad A there.
But this Impa is a old woman,
little old lady.
Doesn't really want to move around much.
No.
And then when we get into there, we get to hear her voice. This is a Zelda game with true voice acting now, not full voice acting. This isn't Skyrim. Calm down.
No, yeah. You just get little cutscenes.
That's right. Yeah, it's really just cutscenes. You get
which I
little
like.
snippets. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
it doesn't overdo it. That's fine. Her voice is okay.
Okay.
And we talk to her.
Right, we're gonna have to check in with Jeremy on every single voice because now we know his stances. His stances.
I'm gonna have a comment on everyone. You don't need to really check in. I'll definitely be making a point of
right.
Did you guys get yelled at by Impa?
No,
I did.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
You gotta just go by the orb. The little.
Oh no! Yeah, I did that. Okay, I did.
Don't touch it.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that because I've got a little story with that.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, we talked to her. She tells us some stuff. Kind of tells us a little bit further about what happened, about the preparations that were put in place to stop the incoming Ganon.
The 4 divine beasts.
She tells you about the 4 divine beasts.
Yeah, we talk about those.
And the
about
pilots.
What they created. The champions.
The 4 people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, they say
it's
the races on there
for,
too, right?
Yeah, they do.
So we know that there was a Gerudo, a Goron. What's that other one?
Greedo and Zora.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you basically have the 4 races outside of the...
So, Are we saying that this is no longer after Wind Waker? Because in Wind Waker, the Rito evolved from the Zoras. So now we have Rito and Zora side by side.
I was seeing a thing recently in Kotaku. All I saw was the headline where it was just like, Breath of the Wild ruins the timeline.
Yeah.
And it's like, I saw that and I was just thinking like, yeah, probably.
No, I've been trying to piece it.
Nobody cares. Like, really, if you are holding to the timeline, like,
so even
grasping it.
I like the time. I'm one of those people that kind of likes the timeline.
I don't like it. I accept it. I don't like it.
I don't think they said that. I think
later on in a further episode, we'll be talking about some
Treehouse
stuff that
PR person came up with that.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
No, I bet Miyamoto came up with that.
Okay,
oh yeah,
where they were just asking him, and it was like, which order? And it probably wasn't like draw it all out. They were probably like, okay, which came first, this one or this one? Mm-hmm. And then he started asking him questions. Then he was just like, well, this one is when Link dies. No, this one is Link. It was just like,
yeah,
okay, all right. So we're doing this here.
Yeah.
And then he up into tea table and walks away.
Split timeline, bro.
So, well, and then there's some stuff later on that flat out references Ocarina.
That's what I was thinking.
That just
That's
flat
what I was
out
saying. Like,
says some of the stuff in Ocarina. Like, and it's not like something that you. It's definitely off
the time
somewhere.
child.
And there's a few things now I think about it that all reference back to previous games.
Yeah,
but this one, it's the fact that you just pointed out. I wasn't even thinking about that.
In general, was Wind Waker.
Yeah, I mean, right. But in Rito, that was the first time they showed up was Wind Waker.
Now it could very well be that they did evolve, but you have splits.
Some that didn't.
Some that they have the Zoras that didn't
Yeah.
evolve.
They could probably easily write it off that way. Yeah,
because you had the Zoras that stayed in the water.
Mm.
There was plenty of that.
Yeah.
Well, and these Zoras look a little different, anyways.
Yeah. No, they've evolved beyond what normal Zoras were to be more.
Yeah, because like they're all different colors and stuff.
They all have a shark on their head.
Later on, we'll get to that. Kakariko.
Also, I love the so starting with Wind Waker. It was what is the Blade of Evil's Bane?
Yeah,
was the kind of mystical way that they talked about the Master Sword.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, I love it. It's the sword. Oh wait, now I can't remember it. What is it? Crap.
I don't remember.
It's the sword that seals away the darkness. Is what they refer to it as, and I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So Impa does this info dump on us, so we learn about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes and tells us that we need to go talk to a scientist in Hateno Village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We need to go for a walk.
And so now it's just sort of like, go on another adventure off to there. And that's what this
I went the other way.
I followed.
Now, there is something in this village that's worth checking out.
That I don't know if you did.
What?
No, we've all done it. I mean, they're talking about the Great Fairy Fountain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We have a great fairy fountain around there.
Happy
in Kakariko.
And because there's a guy that's just like, I'm trying to find it. And it's funny, if you talk to some of the people, they're just like, we don't like this guy. We don't want him to know where the great fairy fountain is.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I'm going to go find the great fairy fountain.
Here's a picture.
He's just like, follow this path.
Because when I flew in, I hit Shrine first. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I'm going to look around. And saw that and was like, I bet I know what that is.
I had no idea.
I bet I know what
that is.
I
just saw this big plant, and I was
just like, what?
I'm going to go check that out.
Because I walked up, and I was crouching, and I was thinking,
flying around.
And I did put a picture up in our Chat of the Wild Facebook page of me just sitting there crouching with fairies everywhere. And I'm just like, I know what this is. I know exactly what this is.
So you have to...
Give the giant hand 100 rupees so she can get her magic back.
Yeah,
these might be like my favorite fairies.
They're pretty cool.
Fairies. These are great.
They are huge.
They're just these massive women. Yeah, that are just like they still do the little thing where they're just like, oh, you're cute. Yeah, and it's so good.
Too much woman for me.
Yeah, it's so great. But yeah, you find out what they do this time. They don't. In previous ones, they would always sort of grant you bonuses.
A power.
Heal you, give you
Dense fire.
Yeah.
Neighbor's love.
Mm-hmm.
For this time around,
The roar's courage.
Wind.
I was just saying. It's courage,
Leave.
though. Wisdom,
no.
courage, and love.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Feore's
I
wind
know.
How do you pronounce it?
Feore. It's Farroar.
It's
Yeah, I know what it is now, but back then it was
Feoria, eh?
Feore.
It's Swedish.
Because it was just like how do you?
But yeah, so
Neyrudin, and I got those.
Okay. Naru. Oh no, that's someone else. That's someone else.
Yeah. How do you say the Sage of Light in Ocarina of Time?
How do you say it?
Raru.
Raru?
We just always kind of we didn't know it. We just we looked at it and we're like, that's not a word, and I refuse to say it the way they want me to. It's yeah.
Starting of the engine. It's the more power. But anyway.
Now you're playing with
This time around, the Great Fairies help increase your gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those were kind of useless to you right now, Brian.
No. I definitely got my bandana out.
So you're doing the bandana.
So I have a hat.
Okay.
I do have a hat.
Axl Rose bandana.
Yeah, I do kind of have like an
Axl
Axl
Rose
Rose
look
look to me because I don't worry, I thought it too.
Welcome to the wild.
Yes. I'm just very glad you didn't say Bret Michaels because that would have no.
I know the difference. My mom's obsessed with Poison. So
No,
Well,
you're not quite.
That's fine. That's fine. She can be that because she's a woman and that's a woman band.
yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Poison.
I mean,
Poison is a woman's band.
Anyway,
But
Breath of the Wild.
But yes, no, I do have my climbing bandana, and that is what I wear. And because as someone who does not wear any clothing or armor, I am climbing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I am bypassing as much as I can. We talked about that with Dean in the chat where we're all like, yeah, we climbed over that. And like, man,
yeah, he was like,
that?
What, really?
The only one who did that? And like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, mad props because we'll talk about that later. But that was yeah.
That's what this show is. We'll talk about that.
We'll get there eventually.
I've been using a lot of hasty food to climb.
Oh, really? To speed yourself up?
Yep.
I don't use stamina thing. I don't use food for climbing. I've got
really you're just playing. You're playing the vegan.
Yeah.
Way of doing
I'm doing everything on my. I can make it on my own.
Yeah.
I'm little brother.
He's
I have
Heart of a champion.
He's the heart of a champion. No, literally the heart of a champion. I have needed food for certain things.
We need to make him a montage that just plays Eye of the Tiger. Or that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. So, one little thing, and then we'll talk about our journey out of Kakariko. You were talking about her Impa's sacred orb that she has there.
The little orb thing. She owls.
You found we know from shrines and things like that.
That's why I went to go look at it.
Yeah,
hey,
those orbs go into something.
Yeah,
I found where that thing was supposed to go, and I spent an hour looking around for that orb. Around that area, thinking like it's got to be around here somewhere. Is it in a tree? I'm gonna look at every single tree. It's gotta be around here. I'm gonna cut down every single tree.
Yeah,
it's a little bit out of the way. I'm not gonna tell you because I think there's gonna be something that happens where you have to go find it. But it's a little bit outside of the village.
Okay.
And I spent an hour just around there, and I'm like, okay, I know what this is. I can see the divot. I know the sphere is supposed to go here. It's like it's got to be in these trees somewhere. And I was like, I'm going to cut down every single tree.
Oh, right, the orb. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I tried to mess with that too. She got mad at me.
Yeah, she yells at you. She's
but then later on, I was just like going back into there to talk to her, and that was just for like some later on story related stuff. And then I see her out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, yep. Oh, that's it right there. All right, here we go. She's like, don't touch it.
Yep.
Oh,
old woman.
Yep. They're like, it's a special heirloom.
So that better be a dang good shrine in there when you finally get to do it.
Yeah.
Unless it's one that you've already proven your worth.
Well, no, because it can't be one of those ones.
I've had a couple.
Oh no, I've had those ones, but those ones are always tricky puzzles where all you do is get to the shrine and it'll be like, here you go, you did it. I guess I found one where
you just
I just set it on fire and then I blew up a door and it's like, oh, you've proven your worth.
Sometimes they got some low standards.
Hey,
I think it just depends on one. But they're
you
really
passed
cool.
my challenge, champion.
I love the motion plus shrines. Or not all, but the motion sensor ones, code controls.
I hate them.
What?
Anyone that make you use the gyro sensor.
I like them.
I hate them.
So yeah, I have seen other ways of beating that one.
Which one?
So you've only done one. I've done
the maze.
multiple.
I've done.
Well,
several.
no, I mean I have two, but the one maze one.
Oh, that
There's
one.
the trick
Dude,
to it.
I did I turned it all the way around. The ball drops in a different way.
So I think Jeremy and I did a different way.
Oh, I spent about a half hour actually trying to do it the legit way.
I did the first
getting
time.
So upset because I'm like, these physics are not working.
After about like 5 or 10 minutes, I just kind of like in defeat dropped my hands, and
mine popped up into the.
Yeah.
Whenever I was spinning.
Yeah, I did that too, and it like jumped into another spot. Like maybe I have to do that, and then it fell off.
Mine was kind of by accident. I was like.
I did everything but drop the controller and like hung my head. And when I looked up, the maze was upside down, and I was like, "Okay,
I can work with this.
I can just do this." And so I got into a way where I held it.
Still took you a couple times.
It took a few tries, but eventually I had it positioned to where it just rolled down, and then a little pop,
little flick there,
and popped it over.
Well, I've had. There was one where. It was a cube in the middle of the room, and on each side was a torque.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay. That's the only one I haven't been able to beat.
Oh, you haven't figured it out yet?
You just have to turn it, dude. You just have to like. I was sitting there like.
Oh, this is a gyro one. Oh, I'm talking about something else.
The one with gyro. The one with the.
And there's water.
Yeah, and there's water on both sides, and you can.
You put one side down. I just kept that. I put my sword on the switch thing.
Oh, you can put something on that? Like,
yeah, you just drop your weapon on there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't done this one, so yeah.
Okay.
Drop your weapon there.
Cool. I'll go back to it then.
And then that helps, and then you just have to watch one side.
I mean, literally, I had friends sitting watching me, and I was doing this for...
Donnie said he saw you.
A half an hour, yeah. It pissed me off. And then I also feel bad because, like, friends are over, we were about to play D&D, and I'm like, I can't stop. Like, I have to figure this out. And I didn't, and eventually I was just like, screw it. Someone needs to play Snipper Clips because I'm done. I'm done.
My favorite one so far was the putt-putt one, though.
I did like the putt-putt one, although I almost messed it up.
Miniature golf I don't think it's called putt-putt in the East Coast.
Mini golf.
That's just what I mean,
mini golf, putt-putt.
Yeah, there's actually, I've actually come across a couple of them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
I've only gotten one.
There's one that has like basically two different courses.
That's
where
the
one is
I
like,
did.
okay, it's sort of a straightaway,
and then the other one you had to go.
Curve.
That's the one I did.
Then there's one where it's sort of a contraption, crazy contraption kind of thing. So you have to like swing the thing to hit the ball at a certain time, something like that. But yeah, so we're wandering around on our way to Kakariko Village to meet the scientist.
Yes.
I randomly came across my first giant Henniks.
Yeah.
Which giant Hennikses are the giant cyclopses that we've seen in the trailers, that they're like sleeping, and then you get near them, and they're like mini bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I've seen them. I haven't woken one up yet.
Okay.
Oh,
so you have, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I took a picture of it, and I sent it to you guys. I'm just like, I'm gonna fight him.
Yeah.
Like, do it.
Yeah,
do it, Jeremy.
That brought a smile to my face.
Yeah, before you guys like really got back to me, you were like, "Oh, get him, good luck," and I'm like, "He did." And it was a really cool fight. Like first time doing
Shoot him in the eye.
You got to keep shooting him in the eye, but it's tough because he's running at you. He's gonna start throwing stuff at you.
I've noticed you shoot a lot of things in the eye.
Well, it's Zelda
to get them.
It's similar. It's an easy weak point. Yeah,
it's a
and the sentries too.
Yeah, that's their headshot.
Yeah,
that's typical.
Which
you want the bullseye target.
At least you know where.
I mean, especially
Yeah.
when you're talking about bow and arrow.
Oh yeah,
When I have the
exactly.
bullseye.
That's
Yeah, when you see an eye in Zelda,
You think.
you shoot for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the staples that has stayed
Yeah.
true in the 3D Zelda games.
Ocarina. Or
Yeah.
your boomerang.
But yeah, beat him. And that took me a little while.
You can take items or his weapons off of him that he's like.
Yeah, if you get close to him when he's leaning down, because he has a necklace that has to be like fallen enemies to him.
Yeah.
But he like keeps their weapons, and he'll like lean over, and if you jump up, you
You can
go
just
in and
take
don't have a
him.
weapon, you can take
really?
one of the weapons
Yeah.
he has on his necklace and fight
Cool.
with that.
That's what I was doing.
That's
Every
pretty
time I
sweet.
broke one, I was like,
Give me that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll
awesome.
I'll come back around with another little story involving another giant Hinox that was a very different outcome.
Oh no.
oh.
I think at around this point, we were told about the Yiga, and then I met a Yiga.
See, I was never told.
I wasn't
just
told.
came across a
I
guy.
I came
And he
across
was
before I was
and then
told.
he just said, "Would you like to join the Yiga?"
And I was like, who's the Yiga? And he goes, you don't know? And then he's like, well, now you're going to die.
I'm angry.
So that's what, for me, when the first one I met, he said, "Oh, do you want to join us? We're a secret group that are out to kill the chosen, hero of whatever."
And I was
To
like,
defeat-
"Yeah, I'll join you."
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't want you to know it's me.
yeah. Well, I was just like, no way.
Yeah,
He's
I was like,
"All right,
no."
die.
Mm.
And they turn into a crazy ninja, and it's like, oh, ninja fight, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was the
They disappear and then
I
slam you down.
I was told about them that they were like the enemy tribe to the Shikas, I think.
Okay, makes sense.
But I was told about them like 20-25 minutes before I ran into one. And I was like, because I was like, Yiga, what are these?
That's pretty cool, though. That's a cool
yeah.
sound for that.
And they've got the that like sickle, the one that I fought. I still
The
have
vicious sickle.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, vicious.
They like all have them,
Mm.
I think.
So
So
still
far.
running around with that.
So far they. Oh, hiccups
bless you.
suck. Ooh, they hurt. Yeah, I think I'm done with the
Okay.
hiccups.
Good.
Woo.
You got a story?
With the Hatino, the only so
Well, not at Hateno.
Okay.
But any notable stories
As
on the way
we're-
there?
as we're leaving-
Or did you just like mainline it over there?
I pretty much mainlined it over to the place.
I buggered off and went around for a little while.
So one, I guess I've got one more notable story, and I just randomly was off somewhere, and this was so the way this was is on your way. No, actually, I'm going to save this one because this was actually after Hateno Village.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to save that one.
Oh.
Let's see. Voice acting. Do I have any voice acting to critique? No, that's
I was like, I don't.
So we'll go ahead and save that for the
I want
next
to,
episode, I think.
I do love
Where we will talk about.
that.
We're gonna talk about Hateno
ocean
Village.
and
Yeah.
shoreline and
What?
stuff like that. Like that's super cool. Like,
Yeah.
in this game, like I was really excited when I found that out. But looking at the map, I was like, okay, this is exciting. I
Yeah.
really like this.
It's not, and it's not a thing where it's just sort of like the invisible wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm scared, but I want to get on a little raft and just
go.
and see what happens. But it's like
It's gonna be like
it
Wind Waker.
scares me
Yeah,
because
I'm
I'm like
scared to do that.
something's gonna like come out of the water and eat me. Or
Yeah.
something like
That's
that.
what I'm.
It's gonna be like Wind Waker though, where they're just like, hey, you've gone too far.
I don't think so.
You gotta turn around.
No.
God, it's creeping me out right now just thinking.
I know.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
I get so creeped out by stuff like that. But oh
No,
man,
I do too.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it at some point.
You do it and let us know what happens.
I can tell you, Game Explain did a little video. I haven't looked at it because I'm just like I may just watch theirs.
I haven't. This entire week, I've been jonesing to play more Zelda, but I haven't so far looked at anything
That's good.
because I don't want them to show me anything.
Well,
so-
I watched one review and they were just like at the beginning, no spoilers, and they show one screenshot. I'm like, that's a spoiler. Like you
Done.
literally just told me what happens when I complete one dungeon.
Yeah.
Like because of how much I've played, seeing that image, I know that that's something.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
So like I can't watch anything else right now.
I've been avoiding everything because
Yeah,
I've
I've been
seen like,
avoiding.
hey, here's what you do. Here's the complete guide to the Great Plateau, and I was like, I'm gonna go back there eventually.
Yeah, and I've never played a game where it's like when people talk about spoilers, it's like story spoilers. I've never heard anyone go this crazy over mechanic spoilers.
I know, like, and just stuff that you just randomly run into.
And because there's other games where it's like, okay, something like okay, when the last Pokemon Sun Moon, we'll just go on one little quick Pokemon tangent, okay?
Okay.
When they were
Let's go to
doing
Poketown.
they were doing the info feeds where it's like once a week they did a little video that they put out.
Yeah.
Where it showed off a couple Pokemon. It showed off and they mentioned a little new gameplay mechanic. Did that bother you?
No, I was
were
looking
interested.
forward to the next one.
Exactly, and you get that with so many other games where you're just like, we
Oh,
want to
cool.
know about this
Cool,
stuff.
yeah.
but
I
in
think
this one
it
it's
just
like,
depends
no,
on the
don't tell me
game.
anything.
Yeah, no, like Zelda, I don't want to know. If you guys are like farther than me, then don't tell me anything, you know,
Yeah.
bad. But like with Pokemon, it wasn't revealing any story stuff. It was just like
You knew
here's a
deep
new
down it was
Pokemon.
going to be a turn-based battle game.
Yeah,
with little monsters.
I already knew
Okay,
what it was
yeah, sure.
going to
Yeah,
be.
with this game, it's
This game, I had nothing. Like I didn't want to know because they've changed Zelda.
I'm still wondering, are we gonna is there gonna be some kind of throwback item? Is there gonna be like, are we still gonna like we've unlocked all of the? It looks like we've unlocked all of the
runes at this point,
but it's like
which we haven't. We kind of talked about them. I
yeah, we
guess.
talked about that. Which I mean, we can talk a little bit more about that in the next one, I guess.
Yeah.
This one's getting close to how long we typically one episode,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes me think it's just like, are we gonna have a hook shot? It
gonna
doesn't
be an
seem like there's
item?
any kind of setup to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's no places to grab onto. Hook shots or
My
anything
thought
like
is that there's no kind of Metroidvania mechanics in this game. Everything
Sure,
you
yeah.
see, you can get to.
Yeah.
And so,
You can
everything you
brute
can
force
see, you
nearly
can
everything.
you can get to it, or you can use one of the runes to interact with something to get to it. So, I
You have
mean,
options.
you have all the tools you need to explore the entire world, except for maybe like environmental stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool. I think that's really fascinating for a Zelda game. So I don't know if there. I mean, maybe there'll be more classic items, but at this point, they're all just basically weapons.
And it kind of makes me wish. It makes me wish that maybe the next Zelda we get in like 2 years is a throwback Zelda.
Ooh.
Even if it was like an overhead Zelda or something like that. Because that is part of me where I'm like, I kind of miss getting those special items and unlocking stuff that way. I'm still loving this game.
This game
this is
amazing.
The more I play it, the more I love it.
Yeah.
And that I'm not just saying that. Coming from the Ocarina of Time perspective that I had, this is starting to top it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I want to play this more than I want to go back to Ocarina.
I'm being very
This
cautious.
might be my new favorite Zelda.
I'm being
game,
very cautious with how I
which would be my favorite.
the
game.
superlatives I use when describing it, but I could easily see this being like favorite this, favorite that, favorite whatever.
And I've said before on our podcast, I tend to speak in hyperboles. I think this might be my favorite game ever.
I think I'm
In the
very-
past, my favorite game ever was Majora's Mask.
Mine was
And this
Ocarina.
has surpassed that. And
I'm leaning
so-
on the fence and looking over and thinking about jumping to saying that.
I think it's going to take a couple more. It's going to take some more progression in the game. It's going to take to see some more story stuff. But it's just so close on that verge.
No,
like
I'm-
one
Yep.
good little thing that they do to that, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, yep, you did it. This
Yep.
is my favorite game ever.
Yeah, I've got a 10-hour shift, and then I have to do some family thing tomorrow night, and then it is nothing but Zelda for 3 days.
Nice.
Like that is all I'm gonna do.
I'm starting tonight.
Oh, well, good for you. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
gotta wake up and work
Sorry.
tomorrow.
Sorry.
Thank you all for listening. This will wrap up episode 4, right?
Yeah,
Episode 4.
Play this game.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
If
honestly,
you're listening to this and you haven't played the game,
sucks.
stop. Go
buy a Wii U.
Go buy a Wii
Go
U.
buy a Switch.
Go buy a Wii U.
Do whatever
That's
you
how
need
I'm
to
a
do.
Wii U too.
Play
so.
this game. It's so good.
Also, you can follow us while you're waiting for your Wii U and Switch to come in through Amazon or go to the store or whatever. You can follow us on Twitter at Chat of the Wild. You can also follow us on Facebook looking up Chat of the Wild.
Yeah.
We also have a regular video game podcast, just another video game podcast, where we do a weekly chat about what we've been playing. Spoiler alert, it's pretty much all Zelda for the next few weeks.
Yeah, we've been finding other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we're doing our best to talk about other news and various things.
Our normal, here's what we've been playing this week is, we just don't even bother with it.
There's no need to this week.
Next episode, we should have some guests on here to talk about their adventures. So look forward to that. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.